Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Mid-South Lumber, where they treat you like family. Locally owned and serving the residents of Bay County for over 45 years. See Mid-South Lumber for all of your DIY projects, including windows, doors, siding, lumber, and millwork. Are you building a new home? Bring your contractor in to Mid-South Lumber and meet with a member of their sales team to discuss your framing, siding, windows, and doors. Mid-South Lumber, the biggest little lumber yard in Panama City.
Chuck was terrible at fishing. He spent many frustrating hours attempting to get results he saw from internet videos, aggravating trial and error fishing trips, and misguided advice from well-intended friends. Chuck is happy now with his newfound success after he visited Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle, where we keep fishing fun, simple, and successful. See us soon at Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle, located directly off Highway 98 on the west end of Panama City Beach.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WTOT W271DM Mariana, WVLQ Port St. Joe, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Lights, camera, action.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Do you know who I am?
Live and local inside the J. Michaels studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub! Good morning, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Wildcats, you have a good weekend?
Oh, had a good weekend. I have to admit, I had chores to do, and I neglected to do them because we're going to be off next week. So I thought, why do today what you can put off till tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. Highly intelligent people are successful because of that exact reason right there.
I never knew that.
Yes.
Perhaps I'll get successful
look.
at one.
Roll Tide.
Oh, my gosh.
He is looking good today. God.
Oh, I gotta readjust the cameras.
We got to get a picture of this.
Readjusting the cameras right now.
The man, the myth, the legend is in the building. You look good today.
Roll Tide.
Are we going to the game today?
I hope so. Are we?
Are you off today?
Yes, I am.
I knew it because you always come in here with your outfit
Scrubs on.
Yeah, ready to go. You look good.
No,
he
not
looks
today.
good.
Yeah,
he looks
no
good.
Scrubs today.
Where'd you get that hat at? I like that hat.
I bought it in Tuscaloosa somewhere.
Yeah, I like that. That's sharp now. That's really good. Get on Facebook. Look at Dr. You know, honest guy, this is no kid now. I'm walking yesterday afternoon. It's hot. It's hot.
Oh, yeah.
No, I take it back. It was Saturday. I walked Saturday in the middle of the day. Sunday, I walked after the baseball game, LSU Florida game. I'm walking, and I think about Chad. And I was thinking about Jeremy Hester. I think his sister just died, too, by the way. But I was thinking about Jeremy and all these great players we've had throughout the year. This man right here was not on the sidelines, not taking care of athletes in Bay County. A lot of them would have never played or never finished their career because of injuries. You go to a regular doctor, they get a bruise, they get taken aspirin, don't do anything for a month. Jeremy had a terrible back injury. Chad did all kind of work on him. He got to play. He got a scholarship at University of Southern Mississippi, and that's just one of them. I was thinking about that. I appreciate you doing that. I got to tell you that. I meant it from deep in my heart.
Just think of all the lives that you've affected.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm blessed. God's given me a talent, and I give him the glory for it.
Yep.
He's given me a talent to help people. You know, and
just think
that's who I give the glory to.
Think about it. If what would have happened, like Jeremy Hester, if he would not got that scholarship, where he'd be today compared to where he's at now? His whole life changed. His entire life.
That's a really cool story, and I'm humbled to be have been a part of that and been part of that decision making and all.
Well, you know what? You better thank your mom and dad too, because everything you did is a reflection of what they raised.
Yeah, they're good people for sure.
Yeah. All right, I got to ask both you guys this question and tell me what you guys think. This is about a pretty sharp doctor now. Another doctor. We got the best one in here, but there's another one. I don't know.
I'm interested
till
to
Wednesday,
see what
John, and then
you got 2 days. You got 2 days.
I got 2 days to be the best.
All right, Chad. Now this guy, and again, he's not from around here. It's just on a website. No one should ever die of cancer. No one should ever die of cancer. The first step is stop eating sugar. When there's no sugar in the body, cancer cells die naturally. What's your take on that?
Well, I'm not a researcher. I'm not an oncologist, but I have heard from several people that there is likely some truth to some of that. I don't know how much. I'm not, like I said, I'm not an oncologist. I'll defer to them. Maybe you should get one of those on the show.
I've got him right now. I'm reading.
No, that's Google. That's Dr. Google.
He's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, there's a lot of. My understanding of, cancer is limited compared to some of the researchers, but I have done some research in the cancer area back when I was in med school. We were working on antibodies to get this certain cell protein in the glioblastoma multiforme brain tumors. Brain tumor.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
We worked on that one time.
Anyway, those are the really bad ones, and I did help with a little bit of research doing that at UAB, so I have a little bit of understanding of what's going on. But the way cancer's attacked these days, it's multimodal. They're trying to target it with certain chemo, with certain carriers, and then maybe light that up with some type of light, or also doing radiation. There's just various things out there that are being tried and that have been done to try to improve cancer survival. And I will say, in my lifetime, I've seen a huge change in cancer survival. Mm-hmm. There's been the work's not done, right? But there's been a huge change in the survival of cancer.
Unbelievable. The world's greatest athletes get cancer.
They do.
Some survive, some don't.
And so let me put a word out, right? There have been great athletes. I know an Olympian, who was taking steroids, and he got testicular cancer.
Yeah.
So just be wary out there. I know we got athletes that are pushing themselves, and they're dabbling into some of the, black market stuff, that kind of thing. Don't do it.
No,
your health is not worth it.
It is not.
And if I could have that guy here to talk to people, that was his message to a lot of people.
Do you think that there will ever be a cure for cancer?
I think some of them are cured. Some of the kids' cancers are now being, cured. You hate to use that word.
They got a vaccination out for one.
Yeah, there are various, we're finding out how to fight it. So, I always tell people all the time, my understanding, and again, I'm not an oncologist, I'm an orthopedic surgeon, but my understanding is, your immune system, it's like your immune system's blind to that cancer. That's the way to think about it. If your immune system knows that cancer's there, it will attack it and try to keep it under wraps or try to kill it. And that's what goes on, we think, most of our lives, that, a cancer cell comes up, your immune system recognizes it, kills it on the spot, it doesn't have a chance to grow. So that's why you'll hear a lot of talk about cancer patients being immunosuppressed. It's not so much the chemotherapy and the radiation is, their immune system's just not recognizing some things. And so, that's part of the process too.
So if you're a great like these great athletes, these football players, basketball players that get it, do they have a better chance to survive because they're so much better shape? Or do they just discover it quicker because they're an athlete and the doctors are always checking on them before the season?
I think people that are in good health have the best chance at surviving anything from a health standpoint. If you're already in good health and you have something happen, like let's say somebody that's in really good health and they have a heart attack, they're going to survive that better than somebody who's, deconditioned, not active, overweight. Yeah, the athletic person's going to survive that better. Yeah.
Guess who saved me? Not only did he save Jeremy Hester, guess who saved me?
It saved you from what?
Dr. Chad. He remember that?
I scolded him and told him he needed to go see Dr. Noble.
Okay.
I was having some.
Julie was scolding him, and he wasn't listening to her.
I was going to say, how did you get him to listen to you when nobody else could get him to listen?
What happened? All the athletes at Arnold were getting their physical. Chad was doing it, and his people were there. And he noticed something, and he sat down and said, "Look, you're going to do this." I did it, and thank God I did. I mean, really, that was a big deal, man. This is Chad Mitchell Day. Anybody else have any stories on Chad Mitchell calling and thank him for saving their lives?
Well, in honor of Chad Mitchell Day,
yes.
what we're going to do.
Listen to this. This is all you're going to love. This. Tell him, John. Tell him.
Okay, so it's sometime around 8:45 today, we are going to play the Blast at Bay Point. Now, what you got to do is guess Doc Mitchell's last golf score. So, and
just guess.
I'll
just
guess. Well, because we're not going to tell you. I mean, it could be somewhere between 50 and 90. We'll give you that much of a clue. But here's what we'll do. We'll play a little music, and it'll sound like this. Oops.
Well,
I like that sound.
That's solid music.
It sounds like this. Okay, and now that will be at 8:40 when you hear that music at the beginning of the commercial break. You be caller number 5. You take a guess at what Doc Mitchell's score was, and if you're correct, of course, you're going to win a round of golf for you and a friend, 18 holes
at Bay Point.
At Bay Point, and even if you don't get it guessed correctly, Coach Hale's going to give you a bucket of balls so you can go out there and to the driving range and get a little practicing.
Now, I was talking about
either way, you're going to win.
Time out. Now, I didn't say what type of ball. It might be ping pongs. It might be golf ball. It might be plastic.
We're taking ping pong balls out to the golf course.
Hey, you'll like it.
No, they're nice.
It
You'll
might
like
be pickleball.
Yeah, you'll like it. I mean, playing free golf at Bay Point. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
That's
man.
anything better? No. Hey, we ought to make it where Ryan Movey buys them lunch.
Yeah,
Dr. Warren takes them for a ride in the golf cart, something,
We'll call him up on the inside drive this afternoon.
Ryan, any truth that you'll start feeding everybody lunch once a week, once a day, whatever?
Anybody that wins a bucket of balls also gets a free lunch.
Well, I don't know. We probably give them whoever wins the round of golf. I don't think he's going to do it. Yeah. I think he's going to be mad that I brought it up.
I don't know. I'm sure that, he's not cheap like you are. So he's probably going to, there he is texting you right now. Shut your mouth.
He goes, yeah, I am as cheap as you are.
We're going to do that. So go ahead and get this tattooed on your forearm. 850, what's our number here? 215-6290. Get that tattooed on your forearm sometime right around 8:45. We'll play this little music bed. You be caller number 5. You guess what Doc Mitchell shot. And if you get it correct, you win 18 holes. If you screw it up, then you only get a bucket of balls. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to do that on the inside drive. We'll do that on the afternoon underdogs until we have a winner. And if we have a winner, then we change it all up and do it all over again next Monday.
What if Chad shoots a 115? Okay, I'm being ugly, but I'm just saying. and they say he shoots 115 or 116.
Yeah,
they're one off. We can you can say, hey, look, just say one. You can just turn your mic down and tell them
to do that.
Yeah, just tell them the correct thing.
You want to cheat?
Why not?
We can't cheat.
We want to help people get things. We want them to win these awards.
That's true. We want to get them.
Maybe we should give them clues on Facebook Live.
Yeah,
you can only see the clue. You can't hear the clue.
Eventually, we will give them. If we don't have some winners, then people got to figure out what to figure that.
We can say between this and that.
Starting in a couple of weeks, we'll probably give them clues.
Yeah, Chad's not very good.
Thanks, Coach.
No, he's terrible.
Thanks for the confidence.
Well, if you use common sense, you say, well, what would be an average?
I would like
score
to. I have to say this. I have to get this in. My wife texted me. She said, "You tell Dr. Mitchell." 12 years when she was the athletic director there. He was there every single year since the school opened up, taking care of athletes, giving free physicals, always with a smile on his face.
Free physicals?
A smile on your face.
I love Julie.
I don't remember all those smiles on his face. I don't remember those smiles on his face on the sideline. But I said, Chad, why can't he go back in?
Come on, Coach. He's got a broken ankle.
Tape it up. Put an aspirin on it.
Walk it off.
Hey, what Alabama games do we want to go to next year?
All of them.
No, you can only pick one.
Oh, come on, Coach. I'd like to go to all of them. I'd like to have a year where I go to every Alabama game. That would be
a nice
awesome.
little bucket list.
That'd be awesome. It
You know
would.
what? We might be able to work that out. We'll talk off the air about your contract. We might be able to work
Oh, okay. Hey, I can report from the sideline. I'd love to do that.
Right at football season.
I go jump. Yeah.
Hey, I do have some nature, something that happened here in the great state of Florida.
You have to get to him when we get back.
Oh, we got to take a break. All right, Chad, let's talk about you. What's the best way to get up with Dr. Chad Mitchell?
Well, this week I'm off, so let's make that clear. But you can still call my office and get an appointment. I have some great PAs that are there. You can call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com. And if you're interested in a knee replacement, find out about robotic knee replacements by going to robotmd.com.
I don't know about which PA that it was that my wife saw the second time she went for her next checkup thing. But she come back, and she's in the medical field herself, and she absolutely loved that girl.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Whoever she was.
Listen,
they're all on the bill that you're not going to send me, and then
they're all that way.
They don't get enough credit.
They really don't.
It's Stacy, Caitlin, and Jen. Those three are fantastic. They know how I like to do things, and they get people set up. So anyway, they're great folks, and I greatly appreciate them.
They all have really good personalities, too. I enjoy going down there and cutting up with them. Also, for your real estate needs, all you getting ready to go to closing, you make sure you demand Chuck Tucker. You say, you know what? We're going to go through this deal. It's my money. It's my deal. No surprises. South Oak Title and Closing. South Oak Title and Closing is number one. There are offices throughout Northwest Florida. So remember, when you're doing real estate, South Oak Title and Closing is number one. You make sure that's who you use. Stevenson Air Conditioning. Hey, has the oven been turned up or what? It is hot in Southwest Florida. No, where we at? Northwest Florida.
He's lost again.
He was on vacation last week.
He's lost again.
But is it not hot or what?
It's supposed to get in the triple digits today.
Heat index is crazy. So make sure you put the sunscreen on, and you make sure you're drinking plenty of fluids, water, and make sure you have Stevenson Air Conditioning. Jason does an incredible job. If you're having a hard time, it's just running, it's not getting any cooler, call Stevenson Air Conditioning. They'll come out and service it. It'll run better. If it's old, it's getting ready to break down, it's costing you money every month in that power bill, it's time to go to Stevenson Air Conditioning, the most honest guy I know. A local man taking care of locals in Northwest Florida. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number one, not even close. Legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. You want the best seafood, coldest beer. 11 o'clock Sunday. 11 o'clock Sunday. The place was packed out. I got in there at 11:05. I couldn't believe it. It was like my table was gone. It was. I can't believe it. People from all over the Southeast want to come to J. Michael's. They know about it. They hear about it right here in ESPN. J. Michael's Restaurant's number one, not even close. We'll be right back, Dr. Chad Mitchell. What happened in the great state of Florida? What them Gators?
How about the Gators?
Baby. Good.
Yeah.
Great. Oops. We'll be right back. ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida is on location at Dave & Buster's. The afternoon underdogs are broadcasting live at Dave & Buster's Pier Park with half-price cocktails, half-price games, free Dave & Buster's game cards, and choice swag from ESPN Northwest Florida. Join David, Kyle, Amanda, Drew, and a cast of sports fanatics every Wednesday from 4 to 6 with fun and prizes at Dave & Buster's Pier Park with ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Possible thunderstorms and partly cloudy this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze at 14 miles per hour coming out of the southwest and temps near 87. We will have partly cloudy skies tonight and be quite warm at 80. And partly sunny much of the day, but with a chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening tomorrow and a high 87. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
My doctor prescribed me Viagra. It wasn't covered by my insurance, so it was costing me like $65 a pill. That's expensive.
Over 20 million guys like us use Viagra. Over a certain age, we just need it. I found a way to pay less than $3 a pill and get virtually the same effect of the $65 pill. I heard an ad just like this on the radio, called, and for $99, I got 40 generic versions of the $65 pill. Save yourself money and call right now and get over 40 pills for $99. There's no embarrassment here to use Viagra. If we're over 50, we need it, but not at high prices. Call now with your credit card and get the 40 pill special for just $99.
Call 800-NEW-BLUE. 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 That's 800-NEW-BLUE.
Now you can interact with the Coach James Hale Show live in the J. Michaels Studios. Download the new 104.3 ESPN app at the Apple Store and Google Play. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show, powered by Pepsi. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Do it, baby. Do it, James. We're back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Now, it was supposed to storm earlier this morning, correct? Around 7, something like that?
Yeah, I think it kind of blew by us, though.
It's coming in. You could see it was offshore, like typical.
Is it heading south?
In the morning.
East?
Well, I couldn't tell which direction it was headed, but it was definitely over the water.
I was looking at the radar. It was headed southeast.
Yeah, so the rest of the day is going to be sunny, hot.
Hot, humid, sticky. They said triple digits this morning.
Wow.
Now, that's heat index, though, right?
That's the worst type,
They
baby.
didn't use
That's
those
the worst
words.
type.
Okay.
And they had, it was in Texas, it's up in Alabama, coming down here now. They had like some severe weather. They had a tornado in Huntsville yesterday. I hope
Well, they had them in Michigan, and they had them in Missouri, and they had them in
this
whatever's
weather's
next to
crazy,
Missouri.
man.
Yeah, it's springtime. That's when that sort of thing happens.
Well, it's officially summer. It's after the 21st of June. It's officially summer.
Did y'all
Just
hear?
so y'all know.
Did y'all even hear me say, "I hope Brian's okay"? Did y'all even respond? I mean, do y'all even care? I said, "I hope Brian's okay." He's traveling all over the country doing his job. I hope he's back in town.
He's going to be swimming.
I think he was up in Huntsville somewhere.
Either way,
Yeah, he's going to be in the water.
One minute he sent me a picture of Jordan-Hare Stadium.
Awesome.
He's everywhere. I mean, that man he's a go-getter. I'm telling you, I hope he's okay. I need to call him today.
Yep.
You got a wild animal story, Coach?
All right, Chad. Before we get in, we can
talk about
baseball.
sports.
Let's hold off on the Florida Gators about 7:15. No, 7:30. Let's go 7:30.
Okay.
Make you wait for everything that's good that's happening in the world. I want to get my nature update in real quick. This happened in Florida. You're talking about gators. I think a gator can tear up a tiger, don't you? I think I saw it yesterday.
Yeah, if the tiger's swimming.
Yeah.
But if
or swinging a bat.
If the gator's on, well, I don't know. You know, what are those jaguars in South America that actually eat the caiman?
Yeah.
They swim and sneak up on the caiman and eat them. Those,
I've seen that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But these gators here put a beat down on LSU, but there was a gator that bites a 13-year-old swimming in a creek in the great state of Florida. Winter Springs. The guy was bitten on his hip, his leg. It happened at 6:45 in the afternoon, Howard's Creek, or Howell Creek.
Howell Creek.
Yeah. I don't know.
Howard's Creek.
I don't know. My writing was terrible. I can't do. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute.
Should have seen Dyke's eye.
Brian. Time out. I got something for Brian. Let's see. Where is he?
Is he listening?
Was in Auburn Saturday, in Melbourne, Florida. He's in Melbourne. So he's in Florida now. Be careful. Watch out for gators when you swim. He'll swim. You know what? He's a swimming coach. That sucker will be driving down the interstate, see a beautiful lake, runs, jumps. He'll swim around a little bit, turn around, pick a bell cotton, get back in the car, keep on going. The guy's incredible. I told him, I said, Brian, be careful because of gators, water moccasins. And he didn't swim in the Gulf now, but any lake,
He don't swim in the Gulf, but he'll swim with gators moccasins.
Gators are deadly, baby.
Nobody wants to swim in the Gulf right now.
What do you guys think about that? The kid, 13, you know what he did? He's bleeding. He gets bit. He gets away. He gets away from the gator. Gets to a house as quickly as possible, trying to hip bleeding, leg bleeding, got bit. They get him to the hospital. He survives it. they catch the gator. They call the Florida. Let me see. Where
How did
Fish
they
and
know it was
wildlife.
a-
Fish and wildlife.
How did they know it was a red gator?
He said I walked. He said I walked. It just, the sting was terrible, stinging, completely terrible. But I get out of the water, I walk to the nearest house or run, what fast I could to the nearest house. The Florida Fish and Wildlife, thank you, Chad, remove the gator. Did they destroy the gator, yes or no? Did he kill the young guy? No. Did they destroy the gator?
I'd say yes.
I'd say yes.
You both said yet. No. I was shocked. No.
Really?
They put it in a safer location. That's just shocked me.
A
'Cause in the
safer
past-
location is Australia.
Well,
Yeah, Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I don't agree with that when they bite a human. I think you eliminate that animal. And I know there's
Because they're prone to do it again, don't you think?
yeah.
Once they get the
Yeah.
little taste of the human
Yeah.
blood.
wait a minute, time out. Let's don't jump on the gator so hard. What do they do? What do they do to survive? They swim, they eat, and produce other gators. Correct.
I get that.
If you're in their environment, what's wrong with them eating you?
Hey, it's our environment too. This entire world's
That's
our
the problem with the
environment.
world now. The humans have taken over everything, man. Unbelievable.
That's what God told us to do.
We got a call. Oh, we got a caller. We got a winner. Good morning.
Oh,
That gator got him. That gator got him, man. What do you think about it, Chad? What would you want the gator killed if he attacked you?
well,
would you
I
want him
just
dead?
already said it. Yeah, I would. I'd kill the gator if it attacked a human. Yep, I sure would. Just because,
Oh, we got to take this call.
he's
Real,
likely to do it again.
let's take this call. Good morning.
Y'all are just mean. No, they relocate them if they're less than 6 feet.
There you go. There you go.
By the state statutes, because they're a federally protected animal,
Okay.
endangered species.
Yeah.
And if it's under 6 feet, they have to relocate them.
Thank you, Rob. Now, Rob,
That gator,
And that's a Seminole
gator is
saying
sitting
that.
there that poor gator is sitting there trying to survive.
thank
He
you.
don't know no difference. Now, the ones that are sitting there at these restaurants on the dock feeding them at night, that's the ones that are a problem.
Right. They don't fear you. Yeah. Well, Rob, let me ask you. So I'd say don't kill him too. Chad says kill him, cut his head off, make some shoes.
No, look, cut the tail off. Let's grill it up, blacken it. Yeah,
Well,
eat more gator.
he
It
gonna-
tastes like chicken.
He wants gator. He wants gator
Right,
boots.
Doc?
He wants those
y'all
new gator
don't-
boots.
Y'all hadn't been here long enough. We used to have a county commissioner that had a property up north of town here, and he had gators. And at the county commission meeting, he told me, "Well, I just kill them." And the county attorney sitting over there on camera, throwing his hand across his throat like cut, cut, cut.
I thought that was illegal.
They issued the game commission and federal law game wardens issued search warrants and everything else, and went up there and searched all of his business, his house, his property. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
Have y'all ever been gator hunting?
Yeah, you know how
been
to
gator
catch a
hunting.
gator?
How you
I'm
catch
gonna
a
tell you
gator?
how to catch an alligator. You put your
Wait a minute. What? Be careful what you say. Be careful what you say.
It is, because you can get permits now and catch them. But if you take a bush hook and you put it about 6 inches above the water,
That's what they
so
do
the
in
current
Louisiana,
can't
yeah.
do it or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
you can get a license because they have drawings now for taking so many permit to take so many
Call 'em
gators.
gator
So
tags,
you can't
don't they?
shoot them. You can't shoot them. You have to catch them with a bang stick, that sort of stuff. But you can't. You get these
Right.
idiots out there take a rifle and shoot across the lake.
We've had the swamp people on our show. They did a great job. I love that guy, and they're now down South Florida now. And listen, we were down there. We need to kill off those pythons.
Oh yeah.
We really truly do. They're screwing up the Everglades big time.
Yep.
Have you seen the pictures where the gator and the pythons eating each other?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It's kind of like
I
Florida
was
State.
trying to
It's kind of like a Florida State-Florida football game.
Sounds like, yeah. Well, we didn't have that problems when we had Seminoles living down there.
And then
There you go. There you go. That's true. That's true. Hey, speaking of Gators, we don't have time to really get into it, but I saw one of the best baseball games I've ever seen in my life on Saturday night. 4-3.
Well, it wasn't last night.
No, 4-3
Yeah, it wasn't yesterday
LSU. 4-3 beats Florida. That game was incredible. That was unbelievable. I loved it.
But
I was all excited about yesterday, and Lord have mercy.
It was a runaway. I think they're still scoring touchdowns.
You got to just think about it. After it gets out of hand, you got to just let it go and just say, okay, guys, hey, don't worry about what's happening out there right now. It's tomorrow. And I think you get into that, and that's why you start making so many mental mistakes.
Right.
And it just, and I think they put the last pitcher that threw, they just put him out there to take one for the team.
Well, hey, let me ask you this. When you're up like that, wouldn't it have been nice for all those backups get in there and just play, just send them out there for one inning?
And I saw the poor kid from Panama City sitting in the bullpen out there, cheering and all that sort of stuff. But why can't he go in there and play?
I know. Just one. I was thinking, get everybody off that bench, let them play one inning on national TV. That'd make their lives, man. That would be unbelievable. Hey, Rob, you talking about sitting back, there's nothing to do about it. Is that kind of what Florida State's baseball team's doing right now? They're just sitting back waiting for next year?
Well, I hope not. I hope the coach is out beating the bushes trying to find somebody that's hiding out there that will help them.
Yeah.
But they've hired a new pitching coach, so I think I don't think he's vacationing. I think he's out. I think he's out working, making sure that they've got what they need.
I certainly hope so. I blame Bill Allen for all this. I do. It's Bill's fault.
You sat there and you watched a good game Saturday night. Did you listen to the good game that was Friday night on Northwest Florida ESPN, the Braves and Cincinnati? That was an excellent ball game. It went into extra innings, and it was 11-10 game. Ended up.
I had both my granddaughters. We went to out Friday night with them. They played and had a great time. So I didn't get to see anything.
There's an ESPN app on your phone that you can listen to that.
Hey, Rob, you know what it's like when you got your grandkids. They come first.
That's what I do with mine. It depends on where we're at. If they're all doing something, and I'm sitting there and they're ignoring me, then I'm going to ignore them.
Yep.
If they come sit in my lap, then I'll put everything down. And
hey, real quick before we get you off, how are we doing with Bears? Are we doing okay in Bears here in Bay County? Everything good?
They running. I haven't seen any in the last couple of weeks, but
Yeah. Okay.
You haven't seen any, have you? They have been by your house. I mean, we don't let them come into Lynn Haven. So.
No, we haven't. I haven't seen any lately.
We run them off to the beach. So.
Yeah. Hey, we got to go.
They may have been drowned and all that. They can't read, so they may not know what that. They're like these tourists.
I went out there. They were double red flags.
They don't know what double red flags mean either. I guess.
Yeah. Well, I'll go out and save them. I'm gonna go help a bear. Hey, listen, we got a break coming. You want to hang on? You got to go.
All right, guys. No, let me run. I got to get to work.
All right, Rob. See you later, buddy. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. We got one right here, Dr. Chad Mitchell. You get any type of injury except for a back. I got in trouble. On this commercial, I'm going to go see Chad, any type of injury. Guy calls me up. He goes, I called him about a back. My back's hurting. I thought he did everything. I said he does, except for he'll do my back, but not your back. Anyway.
Well, if we see people for hip pain, and sometimes they don't know it's their hip.
You saw me for my foot.
Yeah.
And pointed me in the right direction.
Yeah, but like hip pain and back pain overlap some, so that's where the confusion comes in.
Well, I tell you what, you want to have a great time, not confused at all. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Go out there and have a great Mexican meal. You buy the happy hour is starts around 3 o'clock. It's unbelievable. Buy one, next one's free. We're talking about small draft beer, house wine, margarita, you name it, right there at El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Go down there and tell them Coach sent you Thursday night. You can go down there and have karaoke and have a wonderful. It was packed out Thursday night. Great place, great people. Tell Dave Coach sent you in there. Also, don't forget about Rudy's Barbecue on Bat Beach Road. If you love barbecue, there's only one place to go. That is Rudy's on Bat Beach Road. The best barbecue and turkey plate, turkey sandwich you'll get anywhere. Right there, Rudy's Barbecue, Back Beach Road. We'll be right back. You listen to ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're taking the inside drive.
That's what's so great about playing sports is like, you have an opportunity to, hit and win a game or catch a football or throw a football or make a game-winning shot in basketball. You're either somebody who wants to be in that moment or somebody who doesn't want to be in the moment. And the people that want to be in that moment are the ones, we end up
Join Ryan Mulvey.
Thank you very little.
Middays 11 to 1 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Take your next adventure in an award-winning Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Kia. The SUV family has movement that inspires, and we invite you to test drive the new 2023 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. You can command the road in a sedan from Billboard Kia. Drive away today in a new 2023 Rio, Forte, K5, or Stinger, and discover the all-new Kia at Billboard Kia. 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or anytime at BillboardKia.com. Peace of mind you can trust at your local community dealer, Billboard Kia.
Living on the Gulf Coast, we have beautiful beaches, clear water, and amazing marine life. Want to bring a piece of the ocean into your home or office with an amazing aquarium? Gulf Coast Aquarium, the area's only certified platinum CCHEM dealer. Their staff are all certified CCHEM specialists. Gulf Coast Aquarium can install, design, maintain, and finance your own piece of the Gulf. Gulf Coast Aquarium, powered by CCHEM, with over 40 years as a U.S.-based manufacturer of quality aquarium products. Online at GulfCoastAquarium.com. Gulf Coast Aquarium, where it's more than just a tank.
Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle, this is Tim.
Do y'all sell bait?
Yes, we seasonally stock live shrimp, live bull minnows, live sand fleas, live fiddler crabs, earthworms, night crawlers, crickets. We also stock frozen shrimp, sand fleas, mullets, squid, pre-rigged ballyhoo, bonita, stingray, cigar minnows, Boston mackerel, Spanish mackerel, and a few other miscellaneous baits. It's worth the drive to buy premium locally sourced bait from Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle, located directly off Highway 98 on the west end of Panama City Beach.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm not prepared. I really am not prepared at all. I hope you won't judge me on one email I sent 10 years ago.
My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
Live from the J. Michael Studio.
Not after spicier food,
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Go Gators! Florida Gators playing for the national championship, and Jim Brandt will be with us tomorrow. He watched both these ball games. He makes a comment. What's up with Dr. Chad Mitchell in the Bama gear? Hey, he can't take pride in the team he loves. Yeah, his day, he's off today. Is that okay, Jim? Jim comes here. He doesn't always wear Ohio State stuff. Very seldom does Jim Brandt wear Ohio State Buckeye outfit.
That's true.
Isn't that kind of sad?
Maybe I'll wear Auburn next week.
Yes, wife. Yeah, you're fair and balanced. You are. Yeah,
we're gonna be here Monday, right? Next week.
Yeah, wear it next Monday. Yeah,
I'll wear it next week. I wear Auburn next week.
That was a good one.
I wear Texas A&M stuff in here. I wear LSU stuff. I wear Alabama, Auburn for FSU.
Listen, I like college football. I really like all teams. There are a few teams I like to quote hate. I don't really hate them.
Right.
They're just fun to root against, but I like college football. I like seeing kids do great things, and sometimes you can't help but root for a kid on another team who is doing a fantastic job. I mean, I just remember one of them was Tim Tebow, as much as I didn't like the Florida Gators, which we're about to talk about.
Hey, thank you, Chad.
But Tim Tebow.
We just play the Florida fight song. He goes, I don't like Florida.
How could you not like Tim Tebow?
I loved him.
Right? I mean, there were games where...
How can you not love Steve Spurrier?
Right. There were games where Tim Tebow, it seemed like he couldn't do anything wrong. It was just magical watching what he was doing on the field. So anyway,
hey,
that being said...
Hey, Wildcat, let me ask you this. He's talking about Tim Tebow, what he just... Like he never does anything wrong. It's kind of reminds me of Jim Brandt when he's in here. I mean, he kind of dominates and just unbeatable when Jim's on the radio.
Speaks the truth always.
Yeah, I mean, but is he a
character?
Is he a fair weather Buckeye fan? Because he doesn't really take a lot of pride. He doesn't wear
not as much
Buckeye
as Jason
stuff.
Koleski.
Oh, Jason's a true Buckeye.
But I mean, the difference between those two is
night and day. Yeah. I don't think we should talk about Jim anymore till he steps up his game.
That'll teach him to text in.
That's where I apologize for Brandt's comments.
Poor Jim.
Unbelievable. Guy's bad. But Chad, let's get into Florida. Honest to God, now that I enjoyed that. I was on the phone with Dr. Ward during the game. He was pumped up. And that was a great baseball game.
Yeah, so Saturday, the 24th. LSU and Florida get into 11 innings. It's tied 3-3. And Cade Beloso for LSU. He's a designated hitter. He hits a home run.
No, he crushed the ball.
He crushed it in the 11th, and that was the difference. LSU wins 4-3, 11 innings, and that's the great ball game everybody's talking about.
And all pumped up for the next one.
Cooper was the winning pitcher for LSU. Then on Sunday, it was an absolute blowout. It was more like a football game. Florida's bats crank up 24 runs to LSU's 4, 24-4.
Unbelievable.
So LSU's consistent. They scored 4 runs in each game, right? But, man, Florida's bats got after it. And Purnell, Florida's pitcher, gets the win, but he only pitched like 1.2 innings. There were several pitching changes in that game. And then the question, so today at 6 p.m. Central Daylight Time, it's the number 2 Florida Gators versus the number 5 LSU Tigers. There's rumors that Paul Skeens for LSU, their very good pitcher that beat Wake Forest and helped them get through all the regionals and that kind of thing, that he may be pitching. He's pitched, I think, 120 pitches in like his last couple of games. And, if he does, he'll only have 4 days rest. There's not many major league pitchers that would do that, or there's not many teams that would do that with a major league baseball pitcher. So,
but you're ready to play for the national championship.
You're playing for the national championship. Will he have enough rest to be able to throw? That's who's rumored to be pitching for LSU. I couldn't really find anything on Florida.
Florida's ready to go.
Yeah, but I don't know who's pitching for Florida at this point, and I guess we'll find out at 6 o'clock tonight.
Let me call Sully.
You want to call him up?
Call Sully.
Anyway, man, Florida's playing great baseball, though. I mean, to lose a 1-run game, to start this, best of 3 series, Florida's, they're still in the driver's seat as far as I'm concerned.
And again, LSU fans are incredible. I heard the Florida's fans were making some noise too, but I'm telling you, LSU people are crazy.
But isn't this a great matchup right here?
God.
Now, it's 2 SEC teams.
Love it.
But what a great matchup. I mean, because LSU baseball, the history of it. I mean, this guy crushing this home run in the 11th, that's LSU baseball history throughout the World Series.
Yeah.
They usually have somebody that steps up, hits a late home run,
but they couldn't hit it at all. What do you think happened? Yes, Chad,
pitchers get tired.
I couldn't wait to get home and watch the game.
Yeah, so
it was like, oh my God, you're kidding me.
Usually, pitchers get tired, or the coach is trying to save a pitcher and he brings in another pitcher. There are things like that happen. But as a former catcher, and having called pitches and that kind of thing for pitchers, you can start to see that your pitcher's not like he used to be. The pitcher knows it too. It's just they're competitive. They don't want to come out, and that's who you want on the mound. You want somebody who's competitive. But what happens is they start missing their marks, and their balls don't have as much motion to them as they're supposed to. And so all of a sudden, a good batter has a good eye.
Yeah.
And they will drill a ball that's in their zone.
What started it all was a grand slam, what I thought was a foul ball, and it was a home run. And bases loaded. I think he hit 2 in the game. But Florida was swinging. This is no kid now. When I got back from Hoover, what'd I say? The best 2-looking physical teams, I'm just looking at their bodies, was Florida and then LSU.
You called it.
Look who's playing for the national
absolutely,
championship.
And you called it last week. I was picking Wake Forest, and you were all over LSU. And look, here we are. You called it right.
What do you think happens today? You think any way LSU can bounce back from that down?
This could be an extra inning game.
Really?
I think the first one, in my opinion, because I never said LSU was bad. I just thought Wake Forest might beat them. But LSU and Florida, the way they've been playing each other, even though LSU got walloped yesterday, that doesn't really matter. Today's game's
24-4.
Now, if Florida gets out into a big lead like this, I think LSU, because of yesterday's game, they're going to kind of fold. But just knowing LSU baseball and the tradition, these guys are going to be in it. They're going to be just kind of scratching out every run they can get. And great competitors. It's going to be a great game.
Now, I don't know baseball like you do or anybody else, but I enjoy watching it, especially high school and college. But both those teams can knock the they can crush the ball. Both of them. Florida can knock home runs. LSU can knock home runs. But just like Florida seems to have more pitchers than LSU.
Yeah, but LSU's pitcher, Paul Skeens, he's going pro. And I'm
talking about numbers, though.
I know, but he's a force. If he's got enough rest, he has the capability of shutting Florida's bats down. And that's it's in the majors, it's that way. If you've got a great pitcher that's on and it's his day, oh my goodness, it is so hard to hit a great pitcher that's got good control.
So are you saying LSU wins?
I'm saying LSU's got a very good chance of winning.
Wildcat, who's going to win tonight? FSU or LSU?
It depends.
LSU or Gators?
And if LSU gets in Florida's head, that's when
if the pitcher if the pitcher gets in Florida's head.
Did you watch it yesterday?
I watched.
Florida spanked them like a dang.
I watched a lot of highlights.
Yeah, but that's kind of like batting practice.
Yeah,
this isn't batting practice. If this pitcher's healthy and he does
the pass is over, he can't go back.
You can't rest on what you did yesterday, right? You got to win today.
And all LSU's got to do is set back to come back, negative or positive.
I'm picking Florida. But in the back of my mind, I've seen so many LSU comebacks throughout history in the College World Series.
Got in your head.
Well, hey, listen.
If you're betting,
LSU's good. LSU, they're always good.
Right,
so, and they're competitors.
Florida, and I'm going to take the over.
I'm taking Florida.
Put the mortgage on the over.
I'm taking Florida with an asterisk. That Paul Skeens could dominate that game. You never know if he starts.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to 6 o'clock, ESPN. LSU and the Florida Gators. I keep wanting to say FSU, but it's LSU. All right, let's start with some of our wonderful people. We got Dr. Chad Mitchell with us in here today. If you get injured, make sure you go see Chad Mitchell. Been taking care of athletes now for, going on 24 years on Bay County sidelines. A legendary doctor here. All the athletes go to him, but you don't have to be a great athlete. You can be something like Wildcat back there. Just have a body like that. He'll still check it out. Right?
I'm not going to touch that.
No, you look good, Wildcat. You always look good. Don't forget about my great Patrick, great buddy of mine. Turf Pro Pest Control. You want that yard to look absolutely gorgeous. I tell you, he does a great job at our place. Throughout Bay Point, he's everywhere. That truck's all over Florida. Turf Pro Pest Control will take care of all your needs. Michael's Insurance Solution. If you're ready to turn 65 or you just want to shop for insurance, call Michael. Great thing about Michael, he'll come to your house. And I tell you what, he sat down and talked to my roommate for about an hour and a half. He went with him. Jill and I went with him. The guy's incredible. But they do individual, they do family and group, they do advantage plans, they do it all. Michael's Insurance Solutions. I don't know if he'll be with us Thursday or not. He was out last week. But hopefully we'll get him in here. Paparazzi Gourmet Deli. Guess where Julie and I ate Saturday afternoon? Guess. You can guess. Paparazzi Gourmet Deli.
I was close.
You got it. Had a great meal down there. The pizza was incredible. We got the Land Lover. Love the Land Lover.
I'm sorry. I'm partial to their Philly steak sandwich. That's a bit.
I don't blame you. The deli's incredible. The bakery's unbelievable. I didn't buy any dessert. I didn't buy any dessert.
You can't go wrong with boarhead meats.
I'm getting off the sugar, as far as you know. Trying my best. I want to look like Dr. Chad Mitchell. All right, we'll be right back. You're listening to ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The afternoon underdogs.
Wyndham Clark, though, winning the U.S. Open 10 under. He was 241st in the world last year, the day after the 2022 U.S. Open. But since then, he's won twice, and he's won more than $8 million in earnings just in the last 6 weeks here. What'd you think of Wyndham Clark?
4 to 6 weekdays. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Possible thunderstorms and partly cloudy this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze at 14 miles per hour coming out of the southwest and temps near 87. We will have partly cloudy skies tonight and be quite warm at 80. And partly sunny much of the day, but with a chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening tomorrow and a high 87. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hello, this is Rick Vossen with RV of Panama City, your local Stormore portable building dealer, located at 2241 East Baldwin Road. Shopping for a garage, portable building, cabin? We build them anywhere from 8 to 16 foot wide, 10 feet to 60 feet long. We can do insulation, electricity, transom dormers, thermal windows. Come, let's customize a building together. Rick Vossen, Stormore portable building dealer, Panama City.
Are you thinking of doing a fundraiser? Well, Krispy Kreme Donuts next to HCA Hospital, 23rd Street, Panama City, and on the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan says, let's raise some dough. Earn up to 50% profit with a Krispy Kreme fundraiser in-shop or online. So let's raise some dough. At Krispy Kreme Donuts next to HCA Hospital, 23rd Street, Panama City, and on the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan.
He's a 10-foot-tall, barrel-chested beast man who showers in vodka and feeds his baby shrimp scampi.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Please welcome.
Ain't gonna hurt.
Live and local from the J. Michaels studio, the Coach James Hale Show, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, woo! FSU Updates brought to you by Newbies. Get out, Newbies, have a great time. You can get out to Newbies and watch the Florida Gators. LSU National Championship right there, Newbies 2 on the curve. Or you can also, Martin.
Mike, yeah.
Coach Martin. You think Bill Allen misses Coach Martin yet? I mean, I do blame Bill Allen for all that's going on wrong at FSU. I used to respect his baseball needs. I hope he's not listening today at all. So, anyway, you want to watch a great baseball game, the national championship, again, the national champion. Where's Florida State this year? The national championship game, Florida Gators, LSU, Newbies 2 on the curve. All right. We got a caller? Who is it?
I think so. Maybe.
Who is it? Good morning.
Yeah, like you didn't know who it was.
Oh, is this Bill? Hey, Bill, I've been bragging on you. I've been talking really good about you.
Was that a good introduction for you, Bill, or what?
I don't know about bragging. But I want to say this, though. I really enjoy listening to Chad talk baseball.
Yeah, I know. Because
he is a highly intelligent individual. And wait a minute. I'm not talking about him being a doctor. Anybody can be a doctor. He's a former catcher.
There you go.
So now he knows what he's talking about. So
I've experienced it a little bit. Yeah.
There you go. That's it. That's a whole different level of intelligence. But y'all need to be watching tonight because LSU's going to win the national championship.
Listen,
time out.
Hey, if the pitcher's right, if the pitcher's on, you're right. I think that's a possibility.
Now, we got two superstar baseball players. Y'all both explain to me how this is going to happen.
Well, one, it's those kind of games happen like yesterday, and I think the coach, both coaches managed it well by getting a lot of people in the game and, saving what you're going to need for the one and done game. But Skeens is not just against Wake, but against everybody he pitched against.
He's a shutdown
pitcher. He was
pitcher.
just shut down.
Yes,
now,
absolutely.
He's young, which goes to his favor. But also, 3 or 4 days rest for him I don't think is a big deal because, and Chad, you could probably come on this, when he pitches, he's hitting triple digits without any effort at all.
Right. Yeah, he's not falling off the mound doing it. Yeah.
No, it's the smoothest triple-digit pitcher that I've seen in a very long time. So, it's not like he's throwing with his entire body and coming off the mound and half falling. This guy looks like he's throwing like Maddox, but it's coming up there 95 to 102. So I'm not worried about him being that. But and then also, you got a little LSU got embarrassed, and you got a little payback motivation as well.
Yep.
And the other big reason for me is that it just goes against my soul I wouldn't take Florida. I wouldn't take Florida if they were playing most. So I can't do
And there you
that
have it.
in any good conscience in my thinking. But yeah, I do think Chad's right. This thing could go more than the distance. But there's a little payback here when you get embarrassed like that. And I mean, James, you should be used to that. That happened to you several times.
On the baseball field, yeah, on the baseball field.
Not on the baseball.
Yeah.
But there's a little payback coming. LSU's going to shake this off, and Florida was extremely well rested. So I think there may have been a little fatigue in there somewhere.
There you go.
Somewhere,
Yeah,
but I think the adrenaline will take over, and I do expect tonight to be.
Bill, so if
barn burner.
I have a question, so if Skeens is off, which can happen to any good pitcher, I mean, I don't anticipate that he's going to be off, but if he's off and Florida gets to him early, would you not say that's the key to Florida winning that game?
I think the sooner they get to him, the better, if they can.
Yeah.
Obviously, because it's going to be hard to predict. 'Cause after him. This being the final game period, it's going to be pitching by committee. You're going to whoever's got the hot hand against the right-left matchup or left-right matchup, but it'll be pitching by committee. But LSU bats just it got cold when things that game got out of hand. It was over with. There was no motivation left there. You're not going to win that game down 10, 15 runs at some point. So yeah, I think that they'll be a little bit amped up, but it should be a great game. But I definitely have LSU in the game.
Did you watch them?
The longer games stay in the game, the better.
Did you watch the game Saturday, the 11-inning game? That to me, that's one of the best baseball games I've ever seen.
Every pitch. That was one of the best, if not the best, college baseball games that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But it was certainly the best from the aspect of both starting pitchers.
Yeah.
One goes 7.5, the other one goes 8, and gave up 3 hits while the other one gave up 2 hits. And at that level, that is just that's just out of sight. That's just pitching out of your mind. So kudos to both of them. They both pitched outstanding. That was one of the best baseball games I've ever seen anywhere.
Yeah, no doubt. And you think it's going to be that way? Do you think it's going to be that way tonight?
Well, I think it's going to be that way. I think that again, Chad's right. The longer Skeens stays in the game tonight, if he's on, giving LSU a chance to crank up those bats. But he's been a catcher. He knows it. You never know when a guy steps on the mound. You don't know what you're going to get. The bullpen doesn't necessarily translate to the mound, but he's a big game pitcher. He's a Sunday starter. He's pitched in big games, so I don't think mentally he's not going to have a problem with it. But is he on? That same thing goes for LSU. Don't know who's going to take the mound tonight for sure, but they got to be on. So you may have the matchup that you had before. I don't know.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, but what's the kid that hit the home run in the 4-3 game? That
Beloso.
Can he hit or what? That guy's incredible.
Well, you talking about Beloso's home run?
Yeah.
I mean, how many's he had in the series? The guy's.
I don't have that stat.
I mean, the guy's unbelievable. He is a heck of a baseball player. And Florida's got.
And he's dangerous because when you look at his face in the box, it was like that's his happy place.
Yeah.
You could tell when some guys have confusion on their face or they have fear in their eyes, and you own them. But when you look in his eyes, you got the feeling that he owns you because he is at home. He is comfortable in the batter's box.
Yeah, no doubt. Bill, what do you think next year FSU baseball? Do you think they get it back, or do you think they struggle again next year?
Well, I think they're going to. I think they're going to have a good year, more wins than losses, but I still think it's going to take him a couple of years. It's a very young team. Now, having said that, let's see how much he goes to the portal, for some experienced help. So, that's an extremely young team. 3 seniors this year, and I think they only had 8 or 9 juniors, but they had like 17 freshmen. So he's a good coach. He will bring them around. You got to give him a little bit of time. The portal makes things a little bit different. How deep does he go in the portal, or does he decide to build with what he's got? But I think you go out and get some leadership, junior, senior leadership maybe. But, no, I expect them to have a decent year, and then following that, I think you're going to see, a solid FSU baseball, back in the fray.
All right. You hear right there from the great one, Bill Allen. Bill, thank you so much for calling. Appreciate it, brother.
Gentlemen, enjoyed it. See you soon.
All right, Bill.
Take care, Bill.
When he gets off the phone, we'll start blaming him for everything.
You will.
Only on the FSU baseball. He knows what he's talking about. That guy's incredible. He was a heck of a player himself. Bill could play.
That's what
I've heard all kinds of stories about him.
That's what I hear.
And he's a big boy now.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Raised 2 fine kids, by the way. Got a beautiful wife. Bill Allen, the legend. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Beefo Brady. He's talking about a legend, man. Pat Perno is a unbelievable young man. Does a great job with Beefo Brady's. Does a great job in Lynn Haven. But on Wednesdays, they have something nobody else has. That's Beefo Brady in Lynn Haven. They have $9.99 for 10 wings and a drink from 11:30 to 3. Only at Beefo Brady's in Lynn Haven. Great place, great food, great atmosphere, beautiful faces, smiles on their face. Kind of like when you go see Chad's, puts that glove on, got a smile on his face. They got their smile. Beefo Brady's always.
I wish you wouldn't have went there.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll be right. I'll leave with that. We'll be right back. You listen to ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The afternoon underdogs.
One thing that bothers me with time wasting is these guys will throw X amount of pitches in the bullpen. I understand if you got a guy up late, but generally speaking, those guys have been warming up. And then they bring them out there and they throw way too many warm-ups.
Yeah, what's it, like 8 to 10?
Something like that. It just takes too long.
Oh, yeah. I think
4 to 6 weekdays. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Possible thunderstorms and partly cloudy this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze at 14 miles per hour coming out of the southwest and temps near 87. We will have partly cloudy skies tonight and be quite warm at 80. And partly sunny much of the day, but with a chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening tomorrow and a high 87. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
At Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle, you can find all the necessary items for an unforgettable fishing experience. From pin rods and reels to the best hand-tied rigs in Florida, we have it all. With the help of our friendly and knowledgeable staff, you can be sure that you have the right gear to make that big catch. Come experience a great local bait and tackle shop located directly off 98 on the west end of Panama City Beach, located just 5 miles west of Pier Park.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WTOT, W271DM Mariana, WVLQ Port St. Joe.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
104.3 Northwest Florida serves you bigger helpings of local and SEC coverage than Paula Dean's all-you-can-eat potato and gravy bar.
Did you just say potato and gravy bar?
That's not a real thing.
Self-service potato shop from McCann with 10 kinds of gravy and a smorgasbord of succulent toppings.
Join me and Coach Glenn Manley weekday mornings 7 to 9, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
That's good gravy, y'all.
Tide, roll! If you you're not looking on
Rammer
Facebook,
jammer.
look on Facebook today. Stop the car. Stop your cars. Pull over. Look at Chad
But
Mitchell.
don't stop me from saying it. I started to say it, and you.
I just impressed how good you
Right.
are.
You threw him a curveball.
You already got
Golly.
Jim Brandt got his.
He's
attention.
wearing Auburn colors too this morning.
Well,
I mean,
we all said each
he's
other.
got this blue on. You know.
You look good. I'm really look on Facebook. Chad Mitchell got his Alabama hat on, his Alabama shirt, Alabama's jockey shorts. I mean, the guy looks good today. Is that? No, that's a race car. NASCAR, that's a NASCAR cup, right? What's that cup say?
Oh, no. This is a Texas Raptor Run cup.
Oh, same thing. Raptors.
Well, no, I can't do NASCAR, but I can do the Texas Raptor Run.
He's good now. I just want one of your several trucks you have. Alabama Updates brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. You know all about Stevenson Air Conditioning.
Stevenson Air Conditioning, they treated me right. My house is comfortable for sure.
They're not one of the best. He is a super guy.
Absolutely.
They do a great job down there. They take care of Northwest Florida. If you have any kind of problem with your heating or cooling, well, heating's not a problem right now, but your cooling, you call Stevenson Air Conditioning. They'll come out and solve any issue you have. They do a great job. Locals, taking care of locals in Northwest Florida. Alabama Update brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. Now, Alabama's, should we call them the 10 greatest running backs in Alabama history? No, I don't think we can, but we can call them Alabama's 10 leading rushers in Alabama history. Coming in at number 10, I think you might be too young. I'm going to test you. Have you ever heard the name Johnny Musso?
What Alabama fan hadn't heard of Johnny Musso?
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
But you look so young.
I am. Trust me. What year did he play?
1970. Well, his year that he was everything was 1971.
Yeah, so I was like 3 years old. Yeah.
He averaged 4.8 yards per carry. His total yards, 2,741 yards. And he was All-American in 1971. He was starting running back of Alabama in 1969, 1970, 1971.
You know who first told me about him?
Who?
My father, who's an Auburn grad.
What did he say about him?
Oh, he loved to watch him run and talked about Bear Bryant. That's how I became an Alabama fan.
You know,
because my dad liked coaches, he liked college football, kind of like I do. I mean, it's it wasn't so much the teams as it was following people.
When they came out of high school, you had Pat Sullivan, you had Johnny Musso.
Yep, heard.
Everybody's going after both of them.
Yep.
Auburn got Pat. Bear got Johnny.
Right.
And they were like hoping both of them would be on the same football team.
Can you imagine if both of them were on the same football?
Alabama went to the wishbone.
Yep.
And Auburn was throwing the ball.
Right.
With Terry Beasley. And man, if Johnny Musso had gone to Auburn with that passing combination, that would have been deadly.
It would have been ugly.
Let's take this phone. Who would call and interrupt the Alabama update? Good morning.
Somebody with some nerve, I'll tell you.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. This is Coach Whitworth, and I've got Alabama weekend observation. They had some near misses and some major events. One of their foreign golfers almost won the LPGA.
Hey, Coach Whitworth calls during the Alabama update. Don't take it.
Hey.
Is he smoking a cigar? Is he smoking a cigar, Coach?
I don't know. Coach Whitworth, what are you doing?
I was smoking a pipe pretending I was Howard Schnellenberger stealing national championships from Auburn.
Well, we'll talk to Howard now. We will talk to Howard. How you doing today?
I've been smoking a pipe. I've been cutting back on the cigarettes. Which
No sugar.
Brings me to Harvey Glantz, who ran for Auburn and coached at both Auburn and Alabama.
He just died.
In the big news last week, I forgot that I didn't see that he had passed.
Yes. And he
was
young.
Coach.
He wasn't that old. He was not that old. What was he, 60?
He's born the same year you were, Coach.
Yeah, I'm just sort of saying he was it, man. I remember him. I do remember him. He was a stud.
He's from he was born in Russell County, but he went to Auburn High School, I think, and he's might be the only non-baseball player from Alabama to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated. I don't know. I mean, I think he was when he was a youngster. He was really good, and he helped win the gold medal in the '76 Olympics, and he whipped the Soviets and the East Germans, who were all doped up on steroids. And the United States ran 2 football players, and Harvey and Steve Riddick, who, by the way, Steve Riddick smoked. He's still alive. He's 71.
Let me ask you, did he not coach at Auburn also? Didn't he coach at Auburn track also?
First black varsity coach at Auburn.
What happened? What do you think happened for him to to wind up coaching one day at Alabama. Did they have a bad split at Auburn? And he just, what happened?
I don't know, and I don't want to speculate, but, Pat Dye coached at Alabama. He played at Georgia, and he coached at Auburn.
Yeah.
You go where the money is, man. That's why I don't get hypocritical about athletes chasing dollars. They're adults. They have bills to pay. Now, do they know how to use the money when they get it? It's questionable. But anyway, rest in peace, Harvey Glance. But I got a quick reason why people should pull for Florida today.
Why is that?
Because Brian Hadid will spread the money around Biloxi, Mississippi, and pay for new shoes for people that are employed at a certain casino over there as kids. You get that?
No.
He was on Florida early now. I don't mean to take up Alabama. By the way, thank you to the Newbies people for letting me talk the other day, and all your sponsors, especially Dr. Mitchell. And I love my visits to Tuscaloosa. I just have never been to a football game there. I got tired of Tennessee losing over there. I just don't go over there. Y'all are worried. This is Saban's last hurrah this next year coming up. And he doesn't have to play as long as he can beat Georgia. Well, that's a big if.
Yeah.
But
and Texas.
This is it for him, man. This is his last good chance because hey, let me tell you about Arkansas though. They don't say SEC over here. You know why? They don't chant it. Well, because they've been in 3 different conferences in my lifetime.
That's true.
That is true.
That's true.
Hey, Bill Clinton was in town last night.
Who was in town? Who was in town?
He was in Little Rock.
Who?
He had a meeting with a kind of a moderate Republican. They talked about how people should. This is no lie. I'm not making this up. How people should be nicer when they talk about politics. I didn't. Conspicuous by her absence was Hillary, who doesn't know how to be nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love you guys. Oh, there's one other thing. Over in Benton, west of here, one county west, they're going to talk today. They're going to have an open discussion about what kind of books. I know education is important to you, Coach, about what kind of books should be in the library. And coach me up on this. Should I take my dead cousin's collection of Penthouse over there to see if the middle schoolers want a pro-heterosexual view?
Hey, it's all good now. You can do what you want now. Heck, it's. Mike.
I won't do that, but think about that. They've got all this other type of sex stuff. I'm just an.
And they're after our children, according to this this last parade.
That's my new alphabetic designation. OH, oppressed heterosexual.
Did you
I love you guys in a manly sort of way, like Glenn Manley.
All right. Bye, Mike. Did you see where this is true now? Hitler said, if he can get a kid at 6 years old, he can control the world. If he can get your kids when they're 6, get them in their heads, have his little school system set up the way he wants it, he can rule the world. And now, is that what's going on now?
Maybe the attempts.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. Anyway, how did we get on this? We went from Alabama running backs to Hitler.
I know. We went to Johnny Musso.
Because Whitworth called and got messed me up a little bit. All right, coming in at number 9, we all talk about Johnny Musso. I loved him, the Italian Stallion. Always just tear off jerseys back in the Wishbone days. But number 9, all-time leading rusher Alabama, Harris, Damian Harris.
Like Damian Harris.
Yes.
Absolutely.
2015, 16, 17, 18. He averaged, every time he touched the football, 6.4. Chad, that's incredible.
He was fun to watch.
You half a first down every time he touched the ball.
Yep.
3,070 yards. Coming in at number 8, Trent Richardson.
Yep. 2009,
10, and 11 from Escambia High School.
Yeah.
Averaged 5.8, 3,130 yards, 2011 first team All-American. It's sad, made all that money. Family members ruined.
He's one of these guys that he's grinding it out. And then, you think the whole game's going to be that way. And all of a sudden, he makes one cut and he's gone.
Well, you know where Mike's living at right now? In Arkansas. You remember the Arkansas game when I think he was a freshman or sophomore? He ran over about 3, like you said, pound, and then he just ran over all of them and turned the speed on. Everybody's like, oh, my God.
Right. Where did this, I just remember a couple of games where it's just grinding it out, and you're just thinking, man, he's never going to get loose. They've got him contained. Goes the entire game, fourth quarter, makes a cut, hits a hole, and nobody can catch him.
Remember the Texas game, national championship, as a freshman?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Takes it to the house.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, great running back.
And you know, I go back again. Ed helped out Escambia High School spend that money he gave the school. He gave like $100,000 to the athletic department. And he got, I just say, I think got it used by some of his family members. I don't think you say no. Great young man, good heart, always try to help people. And I think he gave away most of his money. And probably struggling right now, but what a great running back. Well, there are your top 8 running backs in Alabama history. I guess tomorrow, when Chad Mitchell's not here, we will probably finish.
Why can't we just extend the Alabama update into the next segment?
We could do that. Well, let's talk about Auburn, and then we might come back to this. Can we do that? Chad, can we do that, please?
No.
Well, Chad's paying the bucks. I'm going to probably do what he wants. All right, I have time to talk about some of our wonderful, wonderful, outstanding sponsors like Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Go by and see Jason Kowaleski. He'll be with us tomorrow. You ever cut that new commercial? He hasn't. Hopefully we'll get it done tomorrow after the show. But anyway, he's got 2 great locations now, 23rd Street, also in Pier Park. Get out there and see Chad. Another guy local. Don't go buy your stuff from some national company. Take care of local people. If you're a football coach, if you're a father, a mother right now, and you're listening, your son or daughter involved in sports, you're cheating them right now by not going visiting with Jason Kowaleski. Go sit down and talk to him about nutrition. Talk to them what kind of workout they need to be doing, what supplements they should take. He's got all the answers. The guy is incredible. He's really that good. We'll be right back. You're listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Our giveaway, what time?
8:40, somewhere around there.
Around 8:40. Get those phone calls ready. You're going to love it. Be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
This is the first time a whole 2 hours of this show to pickleball.
Anybody that thinks the pickleball is just buy some of that for your kids to go out there and play. Be ready for some black eyes.
And Pickle used to run around the course while they were playing this game.
How about that?
So they named it Pickleball.
Weekday morning, 7 to 9. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Possible thunderstorms and partly cloudy this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze at 14 miles per hour coming out of the southwest and temps near 87. We will have partly cloudy skies tonight and be quite warm at 80. And partly sunny much of the day, but with a chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening tomorrow and a high 87. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
The road is yours this summer in a new Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Stop by and check out the Bill Bird Kia SUV family that is built for all-in adventures and endless possibilities. Whether you're traveling on the highways or off-road, you'll do it with grace and grit. Now offering 3.25% APR up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2023 Kia Sorento. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort and safety and technology. Bill Bird Kia is the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us today at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind that you can trust.
Offer from Kia Finance for the purchase of a new 2023 Kia Sorento with $22.22 per month per 1,000 finance at 48 months. Quantities limited. No down payment required. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 7/5/23.
And here we go. The #1 SEC call-in show is now twice as big. The Paul Feinbaum Show. Weekday evening 6 to 10. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Eagle, hey! Is that not one of the greatest fight songs? I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an Alabama guy, but I love their fight song.
I like the Auburn atmosphere as well.
Do you remember on Sundays, the Bear Bryant show, the Sig Jordan show? You probably...
No, I remember it. I remember those
that
shows.
fight song would come on, and you know what it was, man.
Yeah, right.
Then they
Yeah.
play Alabama's fight song, Coach Bryant. Man, that was back in the glory days. We got a phone call. Let's take this phone call. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach Hale. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Who is this?
This is Chris, the Bearcat fan, in case you forget.
Chris, the Bearcat
Bearcat Chris.
that I met at the marketplace at Bay Point. He is a fine young man.
You got a great memory, Coach.
Today.
For about 5 seconds. Not only is he a great young man, he's a good-looking guy. He got a good daddy, mama raised him. He's a good man. How you doing today?
Fantastic. Just heading on my way to work, listening to y'all talk more college baseball in one day than, more in the past couple weeks than the entire year combined, but it's great.
Yeah, and talking a lot of trash, too.
Yeah, I like it. Well, again, Bill Allen ruined it for FSU, but I've enjoyed it, man. I've really enjoyed the World Series.
Oh, it's been fantastic. You see premium arms out there. You see some first-round talent. Both teams have a first-round outfielder in Cruz and Wyatt Langford, and it's been you just see the amazing talent. And, Coach, like you were talking about, NIL has played a big deal in this. You just don't hear about it as much as you do in football.
Well, Alabama lost their pitcher, and guess what? I think he's going to wind up being at LSU. LSU lost. They're going to lose some pitchers, and Alabama's best pitcher, I think, is going to transfer to LSU. Now, you're not calling me to tell me that Cincinnati needs to be in the college playoffs, right? You're not going there, right?
No, I come to ask Doc about Skeens. I got some questions, being a catcher and also being a surgeon and just seeing,
This is the Chad Mitchell show now. Okay, go ahead. I'm leaving. I'm going home.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So if Skeens gets the ball, you being a former catcher and you being a doctor as well, what are you looking for? What if he starts showing signs of him not being normal? What are you looking for out there? And Coach Hale, I'll go back to you. You being the head coach, talking to your orthopedic surgeon, who's got more sway on what?
Well, I can answer the second one. Yeah. Like, he didn't listen to hardly anything I told him most of the
time. That's not true.
He was like,
that's not
what?
true.
He can't go back in. I'm like, he's got a broken ankle, Coach.
I said, what? Tape it up, put an aspirin on it, he's fine. Good God.
No, but getting back to Skeens. If I'm the catcher for LSU and Skeens is warming up and he is nailing the corners of the plate, he has got full control, his ball's got movement, he's hitting those speeds that he can hit, and he just looks like he's just got incredible control, man, it is game on. Bring it. Florida, give me everything you got. We're coming for you. That would be how it is. If he comes out, he's missing a little bit, they probably still, start him even if he's, missing. He may run into trouble like the first inning, depending on, how well rested he is. He's young, so, I think he's had like a total of 3 days rest. He's probably going to be fine, if I had to guess. But you just never know. You never know. Is his arm hurting a little bit? Do they have to ice him last game? He did throw over 120 pitches. That's a lot, even for a major leaguer, these days when we're watching pitch counts. But just him being young, I think, if he tells the coach he's ready to go, that's who they ought to start. And if he is shutting Florida's bats down early and he's able to sustain that, man, look out. LSU could be your champion. If the key for Florida is they need to get on him. If he's, every pitcher makes a mistake during every at-bat. And the key for a batter is to catch that mistake and do something with it. That's that whole, baseball philosophy or hitting philosophy. If that pitcher messes up and he throws it in your hitting zone that you're best at hitting, you better do something with it. You better drive it somewhere, for a hit, for a homer, whatever. And that's what Florida's challenge is going to be. If this pitcher's on, he's not going to make many mistakes. They're going to have to really be patient and wait for the mistake. And I think that's a lot of baseball philosophy that you'll hear when you're watching it on television as well. Anyway, any comments on that?
Coach Hale, what are you thinking if your pitcher, if your stud's out there and he might have a sore arm? What are you doing not being a baseball manager at all?
Get your ass out there and throw the ball.
Put your head up and hit him as hard as you can. And throw the ball deep.
Put your shoulder into it.
Hey, what did Patton do? If the guys were sore and tired, they kept fighting.
Yeah.
We keep going. You got to keep going.
Yeah, but they also...
You talking about old blood and guts?
Old blood and guts.
You got to keep going.
Our blood, his guts. That's what they said.
Who's going to win tonight? Tell me who's going to win tonight.
Oh, man, I think Florida's bats have woke. They're top of their lineup, except for Langford has been pretty down. Caglione hasn't had a home run except yesterday for even since the regionals, even before the regionals, he was sitting on 31 home runs for a while. I think Florida bats have woken up, and I don't know. I think if they chase Skeens early, we've seen the LSU bullpen isn't up to snuff, and Florida's got their Game 3 starter ready. He's their first baseman. He's a dual player, and that's Caglione, who I just talked about. So Florida's got their guys ready to go. It's set up nice for them because they do have a 1, 2, and 3 day starter as opposed to LSU only having 2 real starters. And I think Florida also figured out that if you watch that first game, they were chasing a lot of high fastballs, and that's why that guy had 17 strikeouts. And I think they made the proper adjustments. Now, LSU's my other question, Doc. Do you agree with them switching the shortstop and the second baseman depending on the hitter, especially when that shortstop looks like he makes much as the errors as the second baseman does?
Yeah, he makes.
That kind of throws me off.
He made a lot of mistakes through the. I see him screw up quite a bit.
That's obviously controversial. You know what's going through a coach's head, and you hope he knows his players better than anybody, right? I mean, things do happen. It's sometimes as a manager you make a decision and you regret it.
Well, you just said the perfect thing. He knows his players better than we do.
Right.
He knows why.
And okay, the player fails in this certain role. That can happen. I mean, that can happen. I've seen great players. I've seen, professional baseball players who never seem to make a mistake make one. I mean,
I've made a few.
We'll talk about that off air.
Let me ask both of you something. This is what you live for. This is it. This is the national championship game. I don't care how tired you are, how sore you are. You mean to tell me those guys aren't competitors?
They have worked all year to get to this place.
Pitching.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My only thing is, I don't know where the doctor is for LSU. I don't think they're in the dugout. I know the head trainer is, but if you're seeing anything off on Skeens, if his hips not doing right, if he's not following through with his legs as well as he should, I think then you got to make the executive decision on him. Just by picking out he doesn't look right, especially when the guy's so fluid. He uses his lower body so well that if anything looks off, I think you got to. This is going to make millions of dollars, and you don't want to tear up his arm going in. I mean, I realize you can come back from Tommy John now, but you still don't want to go under the knife the first time if you don't have to.
Yeah, and
that's mine.
Yeah,
that's what Bill Allen on one of the earlier segments was talking about. It's how Skeens is so fluid. He's not a guy who's having to give above and beyond to put that speed on the ball. He's relaxed. He's got a good throwing motion, and he's getting those top speeds with that. I mean, that's the kind of talent that you want on the mound.
Well, do you two know something I don't know? How do y'all know he's hurt or sore?
Well, no, he's thrown way too many pitches in the last.
Well, some people can throw more than others.
I get it, but at some point, there you go.
He's thrown over 230 pitches in the last 9 days. It's a lot. It's just a lot.
They don't do that to major league pitchers anymore. It's a lot. The pitch counts mean something, and it's a lot. And so he could show up tired. In fact, I would argue if he does start and he comes out in the first inning and Florida gets on him, then hey, he didn't have enough rest. Now I anticipate he's probably going to do good at least for a few innings. If he gets 4, 5, 6 innings into it, and the momentum's there, and his balls are on, and it's got that speed, and it's got that movement.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, he might win the game.
All right, let's go the other way. Let's go the other way. He doesn't pitch well. They don't do great.
Florida's going to get on him, and it's going to be over early.
Yeah. It gets in LSU's head.
Yep. Then they get into LSU's head because they got our best pitcher.
Florida has all their Florida has all their pitching lined up. Like they have true three starters.
They got depth.
3 legit starters.
Yeah. They got depth. Yeah.
Well, hadn't that been the whole year for LSU, though? I think Florida's had more pitchers.
They have, and
they both hit the ball the same.
Good for LSU being in this game. I mean, they can win it all. But I've seen LSU teams like this. This is the tradition of LSU. Mm-hmm. I mean, how many years do they get to this game? They're not technically supposed to be there, according to some people, and they win it all. I mean, that's LSU baseball. They just kind of fight. That's what makes it so much fun.
All right.
LSU between like their 2 through 5, all of them can hit dingers like easy. So they can tie a game up real quick. But no, I appreciate it, Coach.
All right, buddy, we got a break. Hey, you should hang on the phone and call. Be the 5th caller. Can you hang on? That's cheating.
No, I'm all right. I'm almost to work, and I don't want to tick off my boss today. It's Monday.
All right, buddy.
Friday.
All right, man. I'll see you later. I'll see you at the Billfish.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
All right.
All right, let's talk about some of our great. Hey, what an Auburn update today. We talked about Shug Jordan, Bear Bryant show. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I'd rather take these callers anytime.
No, absolutely.
I enjoyed that.
I love talking to the callers.
I enjoyed that. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. J. Michael's Restaurant on Thomas Drive. Get out there and have a great time. Great food, ice cold beer, the best seafood you'll get anywhere. Try the fried shrimp. Get the shrimp burger. Really good. J. Michael's Restaurant. Legendary place on Thomas Drive. Get out there and have a great time. South Oak Title and Closing. Chuck Tugger does an unbelievable job. Any kind of real estate deals, you make sure you demand South Oak Title and Closing. Offices throughout Northwest Florida. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. The best Mexican food right here on Thomas Drive across from Navy Base. Oh, my goodness. Thursdays, they have karaoke. They got lunch specials Monday through Friday. And then they got a happy hour. That's unbelievable. Buy one, the next one's free. Tell them Coach sent you out there. You have a good time. Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. Again, this Wednesday, $9.99, 10 wings and a drink. Pat, we love you guys out there. We'll be right back. You listen to ESPN Northwest Florida.
.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Hey troops, Coach Manley from the Coach James Hale Morning Show. Now you can take me with you everywhere you go with the new app from ESPN Northwest Florida. We're going everywhere together. Tyndall Credit Union drive-through window. Hitting the links at the Sunny Hills Golf Course. Sorry there, buddy, didn't mean to hit you with that. Testing the margaritas at Los Angeles. That's my best job. And I can take you to the outhouse with me. Some fun, huh? Download the app at Apple Store and Google Play. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Living on the Gulf Coast, we have beautiful beaches, clear water, and amazing marine life. Want to bring a piece of the ocean into your home or office with an amazing aquarium? Gulf Coast Aquarium, the area's only certified platinum CChem dealer. Their staff are all certified CChem specialists. Gulf Coast Aquarium can install, design, maintain, and finance your own piece of the Gulf. Gulf Coast Aquarium, powered by CChem, with over 40 years as a U.S.-based manufacturer of quality aquarium products. Online at GulfCoastAquarium.com. Gulf Coast Aquarium, where it's more than just a tank.
Game days are always better at Dave & Buster's. That's because more TV inches, more food and drinks, more space, and more fun make the game we all know and love more special. Nothing beats seeing your favorite team take the field on the two 12-foot big screens or 26 75-inch TVs. Throw in the arcade experience and you've got a winning atmosphere that no other sports bar can deliver. Follow the fun at Dave & Buster's Panama City Beach on Facebook and Instagram. Eat, drink, play, and watch sports at Dave & Buster's.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Hi, this is Ryan Mulvey. Join me weekdays starting at 11 for the Inside Drive. The latest sports stories, the biggest reactions, and even sports betting right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio on ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Anybody else like to call in today, feel free to do so, 215-6290. At around 8:40, you better call in. We're going to take the third or fifth caller, and you get a chance to win you some nice prizes right here in ESPN Northwest Florida. John, tell them a little break. Give us a little rundown again.
Okay, coming up, because this is the first day that we've done doing this contest. Get a mouthful there. Get a grip. So what's going to happen is I'm going to play a little music and tell you to be caller number 5. And if you're caller number 5, then you take a guess at what Dr. Mitchell's last golf score was. And if you get it right, you win 18 holes of golf at beautiful Bay Point Golf Club. And if you get it wrong, then you get a bucket of balls so you can go out there and practice at the driving range at Bay Point. So all you have to do is be the correct caller and you get the correct number if you can. If not, you still get something from the station stash. And we'll do that all about in about 10, 12 minutes from now. So go ahead and get a Sharpie and on your wife's forehead, write 850-215-6290 right there on her forehead, so you'll have that number handy. We'll tell you when to call. You take a guess, and you could win, or maybe not. Either way, you're going to get something from the station.
You're going to win. Cool. You're going to win something.
You're always a winner here.
And you know what? If you don't know anything about golf, just make it up.
Yeah.
And if you don't play golf,
between 50 and 100. Yeah. How's that? We'll even give you a hint.
Yeah.
Somewhere between 50 and 100.
Yes.
Is the score.
Yeah. Hey, that's probably stretching a little bit, but that's Chad. Anyway, give us a call in a little while. In about 5 minutes,
we're sorry we're picking on you, Chad. But you walked in the door.
Y'all are real sorry.
You walked in the door.
Yeah. What did you have, Chad, there? You talked about going to 24 or 22 playoff teams?
Well, so Sports Illustrated this morning, or SI.com, released this article first thing this morning on what a 24-team playoff might have looked like for last season.
Not 4, not 12, 24.
24.
Okay.
Yeah, 24 teams.
Everybody gets a trophy. Okay.
Well, I don't think it was that.
Okay.
But, so, I mean, we can run the list of the top 24.
Let's jump into it.
Number 1, Georgia. Number 2, Michigan. Number 3, TCU. Number 4, Ohio State. Number 5, Alabama. Number 6, Tennessee. Number 7, Clemson. Number 8, Utah. 9 was Kansas State. 10 was Southern Cal. 11 was Penn State. 12 was Washington. 13 was Florida State. 14, Oregon State. 15, Oregon. 16, Tulane. 17, LSU. 18, UCLA. 19, South Carolina. 20, Texas. 21, Notre Dame. 22, Mississippi State. 23, Troy. And 24,
Trojans.
University of Texas, San Antonio. So that would have been the top 24 teams.
Texas and San Antonio would have been in playoffs.
So we're not doing the top 25. That's the top 24. So the way they're looking at it is they give the top 8 teams, which would have been Georgia, Michigan, TCU, Ohio State, Alabama, Tennessee, Clemson, and Utah. They give them a bye, and then they play teams such as this. Number 1, Georgia would play the winner of number 16, Tulane versus number 17, LSU. Michigan would have played the winner of number 15, Oregon versus 18, UCLA. Number 3, TCU would have played the winner of number 14, Oregon State versus number 19, South Carolina. Number 4, Ohio State would play the winner of number 13, Florida State versus number 20, Texas. Number 5, Alabama would play the winner of number 12, Washington versus number 21, Notre Dame. Number 6, Tennessee would play the winner of number 11, Penn State versus number 22, Mississippi State. Number 7, Clemson would play the winner of number 10, Southern Cal versus number 24, Troy. And number 8, Utah would have played the winner of number 9, Kansas State versus number 20, I guess it says 25. It should be 24, actually, University of Texas, San Antonio. So basically, if you're in the top 8 and you win, okay, you're playing 3 extra games, 3 playoff games. If you're in the outside of the 8, you have to play 4 Have I got that right?
National championship game would be 5, wouldn't it?
Well, maybe I have it wrong. But let's see, you go from 8. I'm thinking you play 4 extra games that way. But so you've got to win. If you're outside of the 8, you've got to win 4 games, whereas the people in the top 8, they've earned 5, to have a bye. I think it's 3. It goes 8, 4, 2.
And then the national championship.
Yeah. One of the 2 would be the national championship, is my understanding. Am I not thinking of that right? Because the 8 playing each other's 4 games.
24 confusing.
Okay.
Confusing.
Yeah, it's the math.
Because 12,
it's the math.
if you got 12 teams in there, and if you were top, you don't get a bye, you're playing 4 games, correct? Yeah, you'd be playing 4. So that would get you 16 regular 16 regular
If there are 12
games.
teams, they're playing 6 games at some point, unless you're doing that whole bye thing.
No, yeah. When they go 2024, the first 4 teams get a bye, right? And then
the first 8 teams get a bye. And
no.
Oh, you're talking about coming. What's coming?
Yeah, what's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I'm saying is, so if you didn't get a bye, you're going to play 16 games. It's like you're in the NFL.
Yeah, right. And,
I don't think they cared about kids' safeties.
There's going to be a lot of injuries. Let's face it.
That's what I'm saying.
NFL,
you got to make these teams. You're not going to get a true champion because, like Alabama, a couple years ago, they got those 2 kids hurt.
Well, their theory is, all these teams have to deal with that issue, and your teams with depth will probably do fine. I mean, Georgia, Alabama, LSU, Tennessee.
See, I don't think there's that many teams deserve to be playing for a championship.
I don't either.
24. Do you like? I don't like 24.
Maybe they take the top 8 and just if they want to do some kind of playoff system.
If you want the kids to play in the bowl games, you're going to have to do probably something like they're talking about. I don't know. Yeah. It's changed so much. But would you want? Why would Georgia have to play all those games?
Well, no, Georgia gets a bye week 1.
But still, they got to play.
Yeah, but then they got to play 3 games to win. Yeah.
I wish just me. I wish it'd go to 6.
Well, so if you're doing this, why are you worried about a conference champion?
Yeah, and why do you want to play all?
Why don't you just
games?
take the top 25 or top 24?
Why don't you just play 10 regular season games? Play 10 regular season games. Put it in a computer or a committee,
and then
or
playoffs like this. Yeah.
We got all the chat now figured out. Believe me. All right, is it time? Get that phone ready. Get it cranked up. Call 215-6290. That's 215-6290. And then you call her 5, and you will win something you enjoy.
A bucket of balls is the least you'll come out of it with.
Maybe more than that.
We
might give them something else.
So what's the question? What's the guess?
The guess is, what was your last score playing golf?
Wow.
Simple as that. Somewhere between 50 and 100, I'm guessing. But we'll have to find out. I'll hit the magic button, and we'll find out if the caller is correct. 18 holes of golf. If they're not correct, a bucket of balls to go out there and practice on the driving range.
If you've ever seen Chad's
beautiful Bay Point
back, hips, and legs, he can stroke a ball now.
He can stroke a ball.
He can still play catcher, I believe.
Not that.
Yeah. I don't know who's better than him. I don't know. There's some good catchers out there. Bill Allen.
Oh, here we go.
Johnny Bench. Johnny Bench is a catcher.
Yeah, he was a catcher.
Yeah,
Johnny Bench was a great catcher.
I used to like the Reds back in the day.
Played with little Joe Morgan.
There you go.
All right,
Dave Concepcion.
Give us a call, 215-6290. Now, can I go to a break now? Can I talk about some sponsors? Yeah. Give us a call right now, 215-6290. Is Ryan going to buy their lunch? I kind of doubt it. He'll probably sit and talk to you, though.
He might do that on his show.
Yeah.
On ours.
Yeah, he might sit and talk. He would probably say hi to you. He's a nice guy.
All right. Say hello to our sponsors. I got to answer the phone.
All right, let's talk about some of our great people. We got Dr. Chad Mitchell with us this morning. Getting top injury, go see Chad. Turpro Pest Control. You want your yard to look beautiful? Call them. They'll come take care of that. Michael's Insurance Solution. Individual, family, group, health plans, Medicaid, Medicare. I guarantee you he does it all. And the great thing about Michael, he'll come to you, give him a call. Does a great job. Paparazzi Gourmet Deli, 3 restaurants in 1. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Jason Kowaleski. Dr. Ward, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, feel right, go see Dr. Ward. Do not, I repeat, put it off. 5 minutes can save your lives. Their office is throughout Northwest Florida. Guys, incredible. Call right now. You're getting close. It's been blowing up. You're getting close. All right, I think it's the next one, 215-6290. Call right now.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Your home for Mike Greenberg.
Green Bay has the longest odds to win the NFC North. Now, once upon a time, they demonstrated that you get a quarterback in, learn from a legendary player. They have an offensive coach who I think knows what he's doing. Unless they just missed so badly that it's unimaginable, I think Green Bay has a real shot to be in this thing all the way through the season.
Greeny. Weekdays on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Possible thunderstorms and partly cloudy this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze at 14 miles per hour coming out of the southwest and temps near 87. We will have partly cloudy skies tonight and be quite warm at 80. And partly sunny much of the day, but with a chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening tomorrow and a high 87. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM, or call us at 850-851-0453.
Gulf Coast Aquarium is now Gulf Coast Aquarium and Pet. They have a full line of live reptiles and reptile supplies, including the area's largest supplier of ZooMed products. ZooMed, a family-owned business with over 45 years of U.S.-based manufacturing. ZooMed is #1 in reptile products worldwide and is now available at Gulf Coast Aquarium and Pet, 469 Harrison Avenue, downtown Panama City.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
But I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
Live from the J. Michael Studio, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And we're back, and we've got a winner. We got an outstanding winner right here on the line right now on ESPN Northwest Florida. Good morning. Who is this?
That's Ricky Barnes. How you doing?
Wait a minute. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. Who is this?
Ricky Barnes. How you doing?
Hey, Ricky Barnes. How you doing, sir?
I hadn't called in a while.
Do you live in town or you live on the beach?
Lynn Haven.
Lynn Haven. Great Lynn Haven. Have you ever played golf at Bay Point?
Oh, years ago.
I tell you what, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to love it. Now, the question is, what is Dr. Mitchell's last golf score? Between 50, which we know is not the correct answer, and 100.
Who kept score?
That's good.
That's
a good one.
There you go.
Yeah.
We don't know that.
I started off at 88.
88.
That is too high.
Well, he's a good golfer, then.
You know what? I question this. I question this completely. We're talking about, now wait, here's the thing we didn't tell you. We're talking about 9 holes.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Or shooting his age one.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, you might have not got the guess, but
what did he win?
You did get a bucket of balls to go out to the driving range at beautiful Bay Point, and we want to thank you, Ricky, for playing high-low with us here on the Coach James Hale Show.
Hey, Ricky, are you going to go down to the Billfish tournament?
I don't know if I can make it this year.
Well,
Sure
if you do make it, come up and say hello to us. We're going to be out there. We'll have our ESPN shirt on.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you calling. And come on, Dan, do you play golf a lot?
No, I really actually been since the hurricane hadn't played, really.
Wow. Well, you can sell these balls. You can keep them. You can do whatever you want to do.
Okay.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Good man right there. Good man. 88 is about what I would have said. And we're not going to say what it was because
yeah, I've been sworn to secrecy.
Yeah, but 88. Wow. Can we? I think this is going to be the trend. Everybody's going to be either too high. Well, we'll use somebody else next time, right? We're going to use Doc's score every time. We're going to use Doc's score every time on Monday?
No, never.
Or this is going to be every day, right? It's every day?
Yeah, we're going to play the game.
We're doing it every day.
And we're going to do it on the inside drive. They're going to do it.
Ryan will do it.
And then the afternoon underdogs are going to do it. Now they're going to use somebody else's.
I know Ryan
thing, but the number remains.
Can I call Ryan? Can I call his show?
You can't play. You're a non-paid employee.
All right,
a non-paid employee.
Non-paid employee.
You got that right. I want more NIL. Unbelievable. Well, all right, we've given it away today. I don't feel. Should we do any more? What else you got?
Nope, that's all we got.
All right, tomorrow
Thanks,
morning.
Ricky, for calling in.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll do it again tomorrow around the same time.
Yep.
We had 7, 8 calls already?
But before we went to the break, I had 7 calls.
Unbelievable. Crazy.
Both lines, 2 lines.
Crazy. Unbelievable. Chad, your little 2014 playoff, I don't think we should do that. Can I just give my input?
You're going to.
We love college football.
It's your show.
It's out of control. Out of control. All right. What do you got for me? Anything?
Well, no. I mean, that was. Unless you want to keep talking about that.
I got. Well, yeah, we can if you like.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean,
let's cut through the chase.
Let's just face
it. They screwed up last year. The committee.
Wait. I think Georgia just scored another touchdown against TCU. I mean, that's how that went.
I think you're right.
Another home run.
Or was that Florida hitting another home run? I don't know.
Maybe it was.
But even so, Nick keeps going on about it. Every time he gets an opportunity, he keeps saying that, more or less complaining that they didn't make the 4-team playoff. I'm with him. Your job was to pick the 4 best team.
Yeah.
But we picked the 4 teams with the best record. They say they're going to take strength of schedule into it. I don't believe them. They haven't done it in the past. You look at Cincinnati's, and I love my Cincinnati buddy, but they let Cincinnati in. Were they really the 4th best team in the country?
Well, here's I'm a Bama fan. I'm in my Bama.
You're a Central Florida guy too. You wanted them in.
I'm in my Bama gear, but here's the deal. I mean, when you look at Georgia, Georgia did what it had to do during the season to win a national championship. All they did was win, right? That's what they did. Bama didn't do that. And we know that as Bama fans. We've been in that driver's seat where our team did it, and they did everything they're supposed to.
Why was Bama favored over 3 of the 4 teams that are in the playoffs?
Oh, no, listen, I think hands down Alabama was better than those, than TCU, better than Michigan. Yeah, Ohio State's, question. But, I mean, let's face it. That's the way it happened, and Alabama needed to lose 1 less game than what they lost.
All right, I'd like to go over this. How much time we got? 5 hour. Okay, I got time. I want this. This is a top. Let's see if you people out there agree. Wildcat, you listen. Dr. Chad Mitchell's listening.
I'm paying attention.
This is what they came up with: the 5 top running backs in the SEC in the 21st century. I would say they're probably the 5 best running backs in the country, not just the SEC. Coming in at number 5, this is how good the list is. Coming in at number 5, LSU running back Leonard Fournette.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
He rushed the ball 616 times.
Oh, what a competitor.
For 3,830 yards. He scored 40 touchdowns for the LSU Fighting Tigers. He had 41 receptions for another 526 yards. So that's over 4,300 yards of offense and 41 touchdowns. He was an All-American, 4th all-time leading rusher at LSU. He comes in at number 5. Should he be in the top 5 in the 21st century best running backs in the SEC? I say yes.
Who else is in there, though?
You're going to have to wait and see.
Okay.
I watched Leonard Fournette. I remember where I was. I was in a restaurant in Pensacola with family, and the Auburn-LSU game was on.
Oh, my God. I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, my goodness. It was the Leonard Fournette show.
They didn't want to tackle him.
And Auburn had a great defense, too, and he made them look like little boys.
I'll tell you what I said after that game. We came in here on a Monday. I said, this is I've never seen an Auburn defense in my history of watching Auburn for a defense look like they were scared to try to tackle somebody.
I mean, they just couldn't do anything with him.
He outran him? He ran over him?
He was doing everything.
That was,
like I said earlier in the show, he had a moment where he could do no wrong.
Go Tigers.
Yeah.
The guy was incredible.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 4, the top 5 running backs in SEC 21st century. From the Auburn Tigers, which always have great running backs, he can coach pretty good too. Cadillac Williams.
He's awesome.
741 times he ran the ball for the Auburn Tigers. That's a lot.
Man, he was a force.
He rushed the ball for 3,831 yards. He scored 45 touchdowns for the Auburn Tigers. He had 45 receptions for another 342 yards and another touchdown. Most rushing touchdowns in Auburn history. Most in Auburn. 45 is the most in Auburn history. He definitely needs to be on. I saw him in person, again, the Iron Bowl, sitting beside Phil Cobb at Auburn, and he was incredible.
And what a great individual.
Yes.
I mean, this guy, he loves those college kids he's working with. Just a great individual. Great ambassador for Auburn football.
And a great football coach. Coming in at number 3, I think the guy was unbelievable. I think he definitely should be in the top 3. You're good with the Cadillac Williams top 5.
Cadillac's up there. Absolutely.
All right. Well, and they go by the yardage, so I think that's the main thing. Number 3, Georgia's running back, and they've had some great ones too, by the way. Nick Chubb. Kid can play.
He can play.
Stud.
Yeah.
Stud. You hear me?
Yeah.
You talking about big, strong, physical? Unbelievable. Yeah. He ran the ball for 758 times. He carried the ball for the Georgia Bulldogs. Listen to this. Listen to this. He rushed for 4,769 yards. He had 44 rushing touchdowns.
He looked unstoppable some days.
Look at him in the NFL.
Oh, I know. He's a force for sure.
He had 31 receptions, Chad, for another 361 yards.
I was about to say, the man can catch the ball out of the backfield, too.
That's over 5,000 yards.
But that's what makes him so dangerous.
Yeah.
Is he'll run you over, man for man, lined up, and then, they throw the ball to him, and now he's out in space against the DBs.
Over 5,000 yards of total offense and almost 50 touchdowns. The great Georgia Bulldog is unbelievable. Number 2, from Arkansas, McFadden. He was a good player now.
Very good player.
There's no doubt about that. He ran the ball for 785 times he ran the football. You know how many yards he picked up? He made not as much as Nick, but he got a lot. 4,590 yards. He scored 41 touchdowns. He also had 46 receptions for 365 yards. So he's almost at 5,000, right at 5,000 yards total offense, another 2 touchdowns. He comes in at number 2. Remember him? He was a stud now. That's when they had 2 great running backs. He was one of them. But there you are, the top 4 greatest running backs in the 21st century. Who's the best running back in the 21st century out of the SEC? Did he win a Heisman Trophy? Yes. Did he win a national championship? Yes. Did he play for Nick Saban? Yes. Roll Tide. The number 1 running back. Not even close. It's not even close in the great state of Florida, but he played. The coach from Florida goes, you come to Florida, you're going to be an All-American defensive end. He told a running back, a high school running back that. Alabama said, you come to play in Alabama, you're going to be an All-American running back. He goes to Alabama. What's he do? Derrick Henry, he ran the ball 602 times. He picked up 3,591 yards, 42 touchdowns, 17 receptions for 285 yards, and 3 more touchdowns. He wins the Heisman Trophy. He wins the national championship. He was the best running back in the SEC. And he broke the single-season rushing record in the SEC.
Now,
he beat Bo Jackson. He beat Herschel Walker to have the most yards in one season by any running back in the history of the SEC.
So how many receiving yards did you say he had?
He had 17. 17.
That can't be right.
For 285 yards. Yeah.
I mean, I remember a long run in the playoff game against Ohio State where they threw it to him out of the backfield. So like, how can he only have 285? I mean, I remember plays where they're throwing the ball to him.
I remember his freshman year in the Sugar Bowl against Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I was at the game and they got killed. He took it to the house. I said, this guy's going to be unbelievable. Hey, listen, we got to go. Chad, next week we're off for the 4th of July. I'm coming by tomorrow.
That's why I'm wearing my Auburn gear?
Yes, we're Auburn gear. How much time we got? We got the Ron Movey from 11 to 1 has an unbelievable show. The guy's incredible. And then David and the Underdogs from 5 to 6. We got Fine Bob from 6 to 8. Just leave it right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Hey, guess what? Breaking news. The same people that listen during football season, they listen year-round. So you need to advertise year-round. We're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida has the real local fishing report. Hi, this is Tim from Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle. Join me every Friday at 4:20 during the afternoon Underdogs. It's accurate, detailed content from local anglers, plus fishing updates on Saturday and Sunday morning right when you hit the water. Advice and stories from local anglers. Tune into the Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle Fishing Report, exclusively on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Possible thunderstorms and partly cloudy this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze at 14 miles per hour coming out of the southwest and temps near 87. We will have partly cloudy skies tonight and be quite warm at 80. And partly sunny much of the day, but with a chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening tomorrow and a high 87. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Bestway Portable Buildings has been your portable building specialist since 1989. Before